Everybody, welcome back to Leosophy. I got 3 questions and I'm going to jump right in. Question number 1. What skills in a tribal society would be most lacking if things really hit off today? Um, I think the biggest things would be dentistry, first of all, because when you think about it, there's not a huge overlap between that kind of mentality and dentistry, as well as other sorts of medical professions. It's a rare skill at this point to be able to really patch people up. That's a genuine issue. And then another big one that people don't think as much about is if you think about the if things were broken down into tribes, very specific people would be knowledgeable about agriculture, and very few of them would be in what you might the category you might be thinking. So agriculture and medicine would be the two big ones in my opinion. And of course, another important thing that often goes sort of overlooked, because people think about lean-to shelters, they don't think about long-term, like actually making villages and stuff. Being able to dig wells and build houses, like real decent homes, other than lean-tos. Those are 3 huge ones. So hope that answers that one. Let's see. Next question. Does massage get rid of toxins like they say? No, no, it doesn't. You already have, in fact, toxins in general, for the most part, when people talk about detoxing, with cleanses and all that, things can build up in certain areas, including visceral fat. That's a reason to watch what you eat and stuff. But for the most part, you have a terrific body in that it gets rid of toxins really well. You have a liver that helps. Uh, you have kidneys. That's terrific. And then the intestines themselves, they do not have like what a lot of these new age infomercials say. They don't get built up with stuff. It doesn't happen. Your intestines are terrific at cleaning you out. So don't worry so much about that component. And that being said, massage is actually great because it actually breaks down capillary beds for starters, and causes the body to rebuild them. That in and of itself is great. Is that constant shift? It's sort of how you're supposed to live. Our very sedentary lives have led to what I guess you could call like stagnation of capillary beds. They don't get damaged as frequently. So that's actually a good thing. It also promotes lymph movement, because lymph does not just move on its own. It actually can only be moved through actual movement. It doesn't have, there's no heart equivalent for the lymph system. And lastly, just overall helps with hormonal regulation, because you create a lot of dopamine and oxytocin in response to that. So it has benefits. It's not the tox thing. In fact, the reason why, if you're wondering why urine tends to be very dark after massages, it's actually because of all the proteins being broken down from muscle damage, which is, again, a good thing because it promotes muscle to be rebuilt better. So it's not toxins, though. So I hope that answers that question. Let's see, what's the last one? Why are beards often a different color from hair? Um, it's man, you're gonna feel almost cheated by how simple this answer is, but just genetics. There is a totally different genetic coding for facial hair than there is for hair on top of your head. So it's very easy to have a separate gene for that. And given how easily recessive traits tend to, infiltrate, for lack of a better word, dominant genomes and show up from time to time, yeah, that's part of why it's super common, at least in the United States, for people to have brown hair and then red beards. And then, of course, in my case, the for it's very odd. The soul patch and mustache tend to be lighter in color, as you can see from the rest of it. I don't know if that's genetic or if it's just maybe I like to eat acidic foods that lighten it. I have no idea, but genetics is the key word there. You have separate genes for the hair on your head as you do the hair on your face. So that answers it. Like, share, subscribe, keep asking questions. Bye.